Okay, now let's talk about this problem here. Show that the graph of f has 0 or 2 points of inflection. Okay, remember when you have a point of inflection, that's the place where the second derivative equals 0 and the second derivative changes signs. And so let's go ahead and take a look and figure out what the second derivative is first. So f prime is equal to 4ax cubed plus 3bx squared plus 2cx plus dx, and f double prime is equal to 12ax squared plus 6bx plus 2c. Okay, now that has to equal 0 for us to have an inflection point. So right away, looking at the quadratic formula, you can figure this out by looking at x equals, has to equal. Now, well, we can actually, let's make our life simpler real quick. Let's just factor out a 2. Let's do 6ax squared plus 3bx plus c. Now, when does that equal 0? Okay, that happens when x is negative 3b plus or minus the square root of 9b squared minus 4 times 6a times c. And all of that is over, over 12a. And we can simplify this a bit. Negative 3b plus or minus the square root of 9b squared minus 24ac all over 12a. Okay, now the question says, show that it has to have 0 or 2 points of inflection. Well, we've got 3 choices that could happen with this inside the square root. Okay? And remember when we were talking about parabolas a long time ago, you could have a parabola that looks like this. If that's the case, this is a positive number to give you the 2 roots. You could have a parabola that just touches the x-axis like that. That happens when this is 0, because then you have this term here plus or minus 0, so you get the same root. Or you could have a parabola that never touches the x-axis. That happens when what's inside the square root is negative, because then you would have no zeros. Okay? So what's happening here is if 9b squared minus 24ac is greater than 0, we have 2 inflection points, because we'll have 2 zeros of this quadratic equation. When 9b squared minus 24ac is less than 0, we have no inflection points. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so now you're saying, but wait, what if 9b squared minus 24ac equals 0? Then what happens? Okay, and that would do a little smoke and mirrors. When it equals 0, what does that mean the parabola has to do? Okay, now remember, this parabola is our second derivative, right? Okay, if it touches right here, we don't have any inflection points, because the second derivative never changes signs. It just touches 0 and then goes back where it was before. So here there are no inflection points because f double prime doesn't change signs. And that's how you do that one.